Francisco and took a red eye and got here at 6:30 this morning, okay, so he could speak to us today, okay? One of the great football coaches, great technicians and line coaches in the National Football League, has a tremendous amount of success, did a great job with the 49ers last year, one of the best turnaround teams in the league, or was the best turnaround team in the league, okay? Mike Solari. Give him a round of applause.
Put this on your collar. All right. Okay, go to work. Okay. Man, the first thing is, who's got it better than us? Nobody. Look at us. We're doing what we love. Man, who's got it better than us? No. Come on. Give me some more. Come on now. Who's got it better than us? Nobody. Man, what color is this napkin? Come on, what color is this napkin? I need you louder. Come on, I need some help. Bring some passion, some energy. What color is this napkin? White. What color is this napkin? White. What do cows drink? No, water. Okay, now it's very important now we all stay together, okay? Now, the thing that I've always learned, and you guys know also, are you hearing or listening? We're going to ask you to listen in this whole presentation. Man, this clinic is awesome. I'm glad I got here this morning, able to hear both speakers this morning. It was outstanding. Man, just like we tell the offensive linemen, okay? Just like we tell the offensive linemen. Did you know people hear 50% what is said? They understand 50% of what they hear. They believe 50% what they understand. They remember 50% of what they believe. What's that mean? You're going to retain 6% of this talk to you today. So I'm asking you to take down notes. Take down notes. That's the key thing that we're going to ask you to do. Man, I'm not going to get into it hard, but this is what our job as offensive line. I truly believe this. I think it's a tremendous advantage. San Francisco 49ers, I think, do a great job. We have a great staff. Jim Harbaugh is outstanding. He makes it easy for the assistant coaches to do what they love to do. Coach. He takes care of the players. He takes care of the players with the discipline. He is awesome. We have a great coaching staff. I mean, great coaching staff. Everybody's got great coaching staffs in the NFL. We have great coaches that bring energy. We have great coaches that love to teach. And you saw that last year, but also it takes good players. Man, the thing I just want to share, as you guys are reading that above there, it's very important. It's a big part of our offense, and it's always been a big part of the what I believe also. I'd like you to believe, but it's shifts in motions. There is no better asset for shifts in motions. Now, not all of us have that great quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Okay? But shifts in motions, the men in this room, okay, study. How can you out-leverage that contained player? How can you motion and all of a sudden get that force element on the other side where you're running the ball? And we take a lot of time as a staff, as individuals. Right now we're studying, just like everybody, for next year. How do we get an advantage with shifts and motions? Let me give you a tip with shifts and motions. Very important. Very important. Your shifts have got to be dynamic. Offensive line, we got to get set. Offensive line, we got to get set. Okay? The shifts have got to be dynamic. The motions have got to be specific. Offensive line coaches, you might have to step up if you have a young receiver coach that maybe doesn't have that understanding exactly what you want in the sense of the inside leg of the tackle, the outside leg of the tackle, the outside leg of the guard. You know what I'm saying? That's specific where that point needs to be. That specific point where you need it to be to make that play go. Again, everybody believes in this. I truly believe that. Everybody wants to be the best. Our job is to get our group to be the best. And that's with fundamentals and techniques. Being explosive. We want to be explosive. Thing I remember vividly when I went to San Francisco 49ers with Bill Walsh. Explosive. Beat him to the punch. Being a boxer, beat him to the punch. Everybody's big and strong. Everybody's big and strong. But if you keep punching them, if you keep hitting them in the mouth, you will wear them down. You will wear them down, okay? The next thing, okay, is finish. Finish. Man, there is a tremendous difference of finish, okay? You can look at any time, any level of play, there's a difference concept in the sense of finish. You've got to push it, you've got to stress it, and do not be denied what you want. Do not be denied what you want. It's very important, okay? I stole this from Brad Seeley. He did this the other day, and I stole it, okay? And I stole it because it is so true. Brad Seeley's our special teams coach, and man, I'm telling you what now. I'm telling you what, he is good. He knows football. He knows football. He knows situation. He is good. Special teams coach, you got a special teams coach here? Keep an eye on Brad Seeley, what he does. Tremendous coach. But it's all about attitude. Attitude determines preparation. And man, I'm talking about coaches also. Bring some energy in your room. Bring some energy in your room. Attitude determines preparation. Preparation determines performance. Performance determines success. There's no doubt about it. That's what it's all about. This is our job as the offensive line coaches, synergy. Our job is to get those 5 guys to work as one. Nobody said it better today than Dante. I apologize, I wasn't able to get here last night, but I was heard the 2 speakers this morning, but nobody said it better than Dante in the sense of one set of eyes. Okay, getting those 5 guys to work together, okay, where they're working together better than individually, okay, and truly believe it is one heartbeat, the offensive line. Tools of the offensive line is splits, alignment, and snap count. Hey, could you be a little bit more detailed, please? Our splits are 18 inches. Our splits are 18 inches. Absolutely. There's an accordion about it. There's an accordion about it in the sense of inside runs, draws, screens. That's right, screens. We want a little bit bigger splits. Why? Because we got to snap guys. We got to get rid of them so we can get out on the alley, okay, or the flat to block our defenders. Splits. If we're in a goal line situation, we want 6-inch splits. If we're in a short yardage situation, we want 1-foot splits. Now, let me go back to goal line. Just think about it. This is a great coaching point. I'm just throwing it out. You take it and run with it. If you're going against the goal line 6-2, do you see it? Those defensive tackles are in the gaps, could be shading on the center. Do you see it? There, I don't want the guards to have, okay, a 6-inch split. There, I want it a little bit tighter. They might get 3-inch splits. Goal line 5-3. Do you see it? Goal line 5-3, okay? You got a nose tackle, head up on the center. He's going to hit his right in the mouth. And then you got the 3 techniques. And they line up right on the outside shoulder of the guards. That week, you'd want a little bit bigger split. Do you understand what I'm saying? The splits will adjust. You do what's best for you. There might be some young coaches in here, you guys see a 4-4. You understand what I'm saying? Or an over front or something. You adjust according to your splits. But you want to coach splits. That is an offensive tool for the offensive line. Alignment. I'm just telling you our alignment. Our alignment is we want our down hand on the toes of the center. We want our down hand on the toes of the centers. Be alert. When we do team takeoff, we always have a sideline camera. And the offensive lineman sees it. When we go against that 7-man crowder, the offensive lineman, they better have their down hand, okay, where it's supposed to be. Because that is part of a tool that we want to take advantage of. Short yardage, goal line. We tell them take all the ball. Man, I'm going to tell you something. Okay, this is the honest truth now. I tell those guys every day, take all the ball, and I'll be damned if I don't say something once in a while. We still won't take all the ball. So you got to coach it. Again, it depends on the level now. You got to really coach it. But it is a tremendous advantage, short yardage goal line, you cannot have any penetration. None, de nada. So therefore, you want to take what? All the ball, short yardage and goal line. We are not going to have penetration. We will get surge on that line of scrimmage. So you want to take all the ball. You got to coach it. Very, very important coaching point. I'm not sure where you're at on this. I know some guys are way advanced. Silent count. Silent count, okay? We want silent count. I'm just throwing this out what we do, okay? You take it from whatever I say. You do what you do, okay? Our inside toe is at the heel, of the center. We have to break the belt buckle of that center in alignment. So for us, the inside toe is aligned up on the heel of the center. That's what we want. Tackles, and again, the NFL's officials are coming to visit us right now. They said they're going to be really hard on this because the offensive line now is taking too much advantage of the leeway. The tackles, you want to make sure the alignment is proper. Your inside toe is lined up on the guard's inside toe. It's a common error that the tackle line up his inside toe with the outside foot of the guard. It's got to be with the inside foot so the alignment is proper. Very important coaching point. Check this one out. Silent count. Under the center, okay? I want those guys to kick back a little bit. Not everybody believes in that. That's okay. But we want the guards, now your down hand splits the foot of the center. Splits the foot of the center. Why? So the tackles can see that helmet of that center. And it doesn't matter, whatever you believe. Whether you want to go ahead nod vertically by your center or you want to go with the horizontal. Whatever you believe. You coach what you believe. I've got a belief on it, but it doesn't matter. You coach what you believe. But the point I'm trying to make is, make sure that alignment, your tackle can see the helmet. Is his indicator in the sense of the snap count. Are you with me? Do you understand what I'm saying? When he's underneath, okay? Just an important coaching point that'll come up. Okay, here's what I want to go to next. I want to go to this Crowther, please, this progression. Now, man, this is gonna be fun here, okay? On this DVD here, okay, I got a couple things here. And again, the hardest thing is to get this thing right. Okay, let's see where this takes us. Okay, offensive line techniques and fundamentals. Here's what we're stressing, okay, in the run game, okay? The first thing, okay, we're emphasize stance, just press play, right? Okay, so I go on the side. Does this one come up here? Okay, it is? Good, I like that. All right. Man, this is great. Huh? Okay, the first thing you got, okay, is stance. Okay, on our stance, we want to have a balanced stance. I think enough has been said about stance. We're in great shape, okay? The next thing we want, all right? Excuse me, man, I'm kind of stuttering here a little bit. I'm going to hit right there, okay? Good. Okay, the first thing you got, okay, is stance. First thing is stance. Enough has been said about stance. Y'all understand we want a balanced stance. Now, men, here's what we're teaching. Everybody, I love what Pat said. We do want a balanced stance. Now, remember, if I got a shorter guy, I'm going to go the back foot, I'm going to go toe to instep. Are y'all with me? I'm going to go to toe to instep. If I got a taller guy, then I'm going to go toe to heel. I'm going to go toe to heel in the sense of give him some leeway. But I want the shoulder width apart. The next thing is initial quickness. That's the most important thing, getting out of your stance. Get out of your stance. We got some linemen that we're always telling them, hey, we need more quickness out of your stance. We've got to beat the defense to the punch. We know the cadence. We got to show that quick, explosive movement out of your stance. The next thing is footwork. Every play, the offensive line will be told what his aiming point is, what his footwork is, what his inside hand is doing, and what his outside hand is doing. Every play, that lineman will understand exactly what we want from him and to be able to execute. The strike you want to hit with leverage. Okay? Very important coaching point. Okay, now, understand what I'm going to say. Okay, there's a technique going on here. Please understand what I'm saying. There's a technique going on here. It's called the double under. Man, great technique, okay? And I like it I like it a lot. But the San Francisco 49ers, we will not sacrifice the strike with leverage. Coming off the ball, striking your ass with leverage. We are going to hit you in the mouth. We are going to hit you in the mouth. All right? Okay, we're coming off that ball. Okay, the next thing, okay, is fractional time. I know, George, you remember this at Cincinnati. Where's George Warhawk? Stand up, George. Did you know he was a hell of a center? I mean, a great center. George, put out your hand to shake my hand. Look at this arm length. Outstanding. Look at that length. He was unbelievable at Cincinnati. Bearcat. He was a hell of a player. Hell of a player. Hell of a player. Thanks, George. Okay, now, the thing is on that fractional time is accelerate the feet. What? Accelerate the feet on contact. You understand what I'm saying in the sense of once you strike, what's that phase where you strike, you roll your hips, and you move your feet on contact? Very important. Very important. We want to speed up that process. The next thing that's very important to us is your base. All the cleats in the ground. Now, men, we all teach base. Here's the thing that I teach, and I coach, and I believe. Second step. Second step. Second step. I am coaching that second step. That second step has got to get down. That second step never, ever splits the midline. That second step never, no. That second step never splits the midline. Right down your crotch. That second step never splits the midline. Second thing, that second step has got to get vertical. That second step has got to get vertical, not lateral. Vertical. Vertical. I coach my ass off on that second step, just like I know some men in here do also. But understand, do not go lateral. Don't go lateral. You're not coming off the ball. We want to come off the ball. We want to come off the ball, okay? The thing there, I hear arches. I'm okay. Again, I like it. I like it. But I like all the cleats in the ground. All the cleats in the ground, okay? All the cleats in the ground. Kevin, stand up. He plays with all of his cleats in the ground. The NFL coaches know what I'm talking about. Thank you, Kev. He plays with all of his cleats in the ground. If you ever turn on the Wisconsin film on Kevin, he always plays on his feet. Bob will tell you, Jim will tell you, all the coaches, George will tell you, George and George, they'll tell you, hey, when you look at linemen, one of the things that we're looking for is guys that can play on their feet. I've never, ever seen a good lineman that doesn't play on his feet. Never. Ever. Okay? Good linemen stay on their feet. Good linemen play on their feet. The great ones play with all their cleats in the ground. Now, you don't have great ones. You don't have great ones, okay? You're working with them. A good thing for ankle flexibility, because there are some guys in the NFL, men, at the combine, they squat, they're pretty. Woo! They're pretty. They can get their hips down. But then when you watch them on film, they got a little stiffness. And that's ankle flexibility. I'm just throwing this out. You take it and run with it. Ankle flexibility, very important in line play. In the sense of all that maximum power, you got flexion at the ankle, knee, and the hip. You're being explosive. Why? Because all the joints are ready to fire. All the joints are ready to fire. We got to get them to be more explosive. We got to pick up that initial quickness, them coming out of their stance. That's our job as coaches. You drill it, okay? You isolate it, and you drill it. You isolate it, and you drill it. If you take one thing from my talk, take this, what I learned from Bill Walsh, okay? Mike, if you want something, drill it. Mike, if you want something, isolate it. Drill it. Wow, what a statement Dante made. Are you seeing it in the group? Are you seeing it in the team? Are you seeing it on Friday night, Saturday, Sunday? You know what I'm saying, right? That was a great statement made by Dante. I'm just telling you who said it to me. Bill Walsh, in the sense if you want it. If you want those guys to cut on the backside, you have them cut. You drill it. Bring out that crash pad. You drill it. You teach those guards on the third step. You teach those tackles on the fifth step. You got to get vertical and get those shoulders up the football field. You teach that center on that one technique. He's got to keep going at least 3 steps before he can work his shoulders up the football field. You drill it. You coach it. Make sure. I know this. When I look back on all the plays in the NFL, the best runs in the NFL, and probably one of the best runs in the NFL right now is that split play with the reverse coming around. Pretty good. But all the other ones, the long runs, it's whenever the backside A and B gap are cut off. Whenever the backside A and B gap are cut off, those are the big runs. Those are the 20, 30, 40-yard runs. When the backside A gap and B gap is cut off, the best technique you can coach, without a doubt, cut them. Cut their ass. Nobody teaches the cut block. Nobody. I mean, nobody teaches the cut block better than Bob McKittrick, San Francisco 49ers. Nobody. Nobody. There was a time in a game, San Francisco 49ers, you guys are yet too young, but there was a game, San Francisco 49ers versus Oakland Raiders. Howie Long went after Bob McKittrick. Howie Long, a player, went after the coach because he was getting his ass cut. He went after Bob. All the offensive linemen rallied around Bob. But you understand what I'm saying? They did not want to get cut. Bob was the best. The guy who stole from Bob was Mike Shanahan. Then Mike took it to Denver, and it escalated from there. But I'm just telling you a fact. The guy who was the best, Bob McKittrick. The best was Bob McKittrick. Outstanding, okay? The next thing we want to go to real quick, and again, I want to be quick, but I don't want to hurry, okay? Now, the next thing, just kind of keep talking about offensive line fundamentals and techniques. All right, now we'll go to the run game. We did it. Now I want to go to the pass game. Okay, why is this repeating? Did I do something wrong? Fast forward to the pass, will you? Okay, on the pass game, I want to hit this real quick before I get to the Crowther. Because some of you guys, I'll put you to sleep with the Crowther. Okay, it'll be the next one up, the next slide up. And again, okay, the pass game. Okay, go to the pass game, okay? On the pass game, all right, here's what we want to teach on the pass game. Just telling you some coaching points. You take them from here. Take them and run. Take them and run. Oh, where's the pass game? Okay, now in the pass game. Oh, got to go back a little further. I got an acetate. Do I need to go to the acetate? You sure? You positive? I'm going to go to the acetate. I'm kind of panicking. All right. What's in my bag? You got it? Sorry, man. Tell them. You got to be organized. No, that's the run game. We're okay. We're okay. Old school. Got to be able to adjust, right, George? Okay, the pass game. Let's go on the pass game. Number one, stance. You already talked about 3- and 2-point stances. Some of the guys, or really, man, some of you guys, woo, you're doing a lot of 2-point stance. You're doing a lot of 2-point stance. We're going to go out of a 3-point stance. We are going to go out of a 3-point stance, our offensive line. Situations we won't go out of it if it's a third down. Tackles, you're up. 2 minute, everybody's up. 2 minute, everybody's up. Silent count, tackles are up. But we don't always go at a 2-point. Truly believe. We work more out of a 3-point. So I want our offensive linemen to set on a 3-point. You do what you believe. Set. Initial quickness. How quick can you get out of your stance? How quick can you get out of your stance? What the center. We coach the center is 3 points. 3 points, okay? We want the offhand ball, okay, and the step to be coordinated with the foot. So I'm a right-handed snapper. What I want is right foot, ball, left hand. Those are 3 points. How quickly can you get set in 3 points in that good hitting position? If the nose tackle is off the center, you hear me? If the nose tackle is off the center, I'm not worried about the offhand. That offhand gives me separation. That offhand gives me separation. Coaches, with the center, key coaching point, with the center, when he snaps it, don't have him cross. It's straight ahead. It's straight ahead. Now, when don't I set on that third point with the right foot? When that shade is on my left shoulder. When the shade's on my left shoulder, now my 3 points is left foot, ball, left hand. But I'm not worried about that offhand if that guy's not tight. That's just by separation before I get my second hand on him. If he's off, I'm going to double hand punch him, just like Dante said. Guards and tackles, you got to get out of your stance. You got to get out of your stance. Tackles, passing situations, 2-point stances. We're going to narrow our base. passing situations, we're going to narrow our base. But tackles, you also want a narrow base on screens. Tackles, you also want a narrow base on draws. It's got to be exactly the same. It's got to be exactly the same. Our center and pass, I'm just throwing some stuff out. You take it and run with it. Our center on pass is going to point to where we're going. He's going to point to where we're going. Hey, do you hear that? San Francisco 49ers always point to where they're going. They're writing that down. Okay, nice. Okay, now, but remember, on the run game, we're also going to point. In the run game, we're also going to point. Okay, because it's got to match, right? It can't be always a point on a pass, and on a run, it's not. And then also, young line coaches. Okay, remember now the defensive line, they're in tune. Okay, that's got defensive line coaches a little bit more experience. They're in tune. When you point, they're going to do a line game. Or they're going to give you that linebackers in the A-gaps. We call it Cali, tough look. We got the 3 techniques. Linebacker spots come up in the A-gaps. Defensive coordinators are in tune to the point. Now that other linebacker's going to fire. In the NFL, what we see, you don't worry about the point. When that center goes left, this backer fires. When that center goes right, this backer fires. And they are good. They are good at it. And there's a little technique you got to do to it, and we'll move on. Okay, now, eyes. On the eyes. Now, man, here's what we teach. Here's what we teach, okay? And George would tell you, I've always coached, when you set, you want to eyeball the inside number. You want to eyeball the inside number. When you pass set, you want to be on the inside number. Before I used to teach is when you pass set, you look at the NFL, you look at that logo sign with the NFL helmet right in the middle. I got away from that a few years ago. We went to the inside number. We want to eyeball the inside number. Last year I changed it about game 4. Last year I changed about game 4. What I told the tackles was, I want you to eyeball the inside armpit. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Check it out. Tackles. When you set, you want to look at the inside armpit. You want to look at the inside armpit. Man, it's tremendous amount of guys when they pass it, they look at the helmet. Tremendous amount of guys look at the helmet. We got to break them. We got to train their eyes. Just like Dante was saying, it says that stunt drill, the shields and all that. You got to train their eyes. We're training their eyes at our level. You're training their eyes to see things, have vision. You're looking at this end, but you got to have that inside linebacker. Tackle. You're looking at the end, but you got to see this inside linebacker, because if he comes, now you've got MDM between 3 and 4. So you're always training their eyes. You're always training their eyes. But specifically on one-on-one, okay, we want the tackles to look at the inside armpits. The guards, I kept on the inside numbers. The double hand punch we utilize. San Francisco 49ers, you look at the film here, when you look at it, we do utilize a double hand punch. But we emphasize to them, hey, your inside hand is the most important hand. Your inside hand is the most important hand. You want to punch that inside number. Now the number, please take note. The number, here's what we coach. Here's what we believe at San Francisco 49ers. There's that inside number. We don't punch the number literally. We punch the inside edge of that number. Y'all hear that? We punch the inside edge of the number. Coach punched the number, but I kept getting kind of, once in a while, this kind of action. You understand what I'm saying? That inside hand was going to the sternum. That inside hand was going in the middle. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Okay, and I didn't want to say, some coaches coach this, and it's good. It's good. I don't. You want to punch the inside armpit. Not bad. Not bad. I don't coach it. I coach the inside edge of the number. That's why I want that inside hand, okay? The second hand wants to be on that outside number. The second hand wants to be on that outside number. Check this out. It's just a thought, man, and you coach what you believe. If I'm a guard, if I punch that inside number, I want 1, 2. But there's a point. There's a point that outside number is too far away. Y'all hear that? That outside number is too far away, and if I punch it, my weight's going to transfer to the outside foot. Don't want it. Don't want it. The weight's on the inside leg. The weight's on the inside. So I'm going to be patient. Boom, boom. Again, boom, boom. He bulls rush, he turns, not even a doubt. Boom. Not even a doubt. Not even a doubt. When we punch, thumbs are up. What? Thumbs up. You've already been told why. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. I love that cuff thing. I love that cuff thing. I'm talking too much. I might not get to it, but I just want to throw out points where you can take it and run with it. But we'll use this cuff thing. We'll use this cuff thing on one-on-ones against our guys. Our guys. We'll use these cuffs on a blitz pickup against our guys. Our guys, to teach them, okay, to keep their hands in, to keep them to get their thumbs up, to teach them, to help them. That's what we want to do. That's what we do. That's what we do, okay? And again, it's an ongoing process. It's an ongoing process. I got some guys, it's an ongoing process. It is what it is. It's an ongoing process, but I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. And you can put them on, you get in a three-point stance, they stretch out beautifully. It's a nice little implement. I really love it. We do it, and we go with it. We go with it, okay? Tackles. Man, I'm just throwing this out. I'm just throwing this out. Tackles, you want to sit on that inside armpit. You want to sit on that inside armpit, and you want to punch. You want to punch that inside edge of that number, okay? If he turns his shoulders, okay, his shoulders are what, in my opinion? His shoulders, if he turns, if there's the tackle, and if I'm here, okay, and if I'm here, and if I turn this way here, I am going what? Speed rush. My shoulders, I'm training my eyes, my shoulders of what are that defensive end? They're perpendicular, okay? Now they're parallel to the line of scrimmage, so he's going to what? He's going to speed rush up the field. What we do, okay, just throwing that information. What we do is that tackle sets, he goes through. We're going to punch the inside shoulder with our inside hand. We're not going to commit the outside hand. We're not going to commit the outside hand. That's the only time in pass pro that the tackles will be told that outside hand, now be ready to clasp the outside shoulder. Now listen to what I'm telling you. If that guy turns, that outside hand is on the outside number. If that guy's shoulder pads come at me right now, I'm double punching. You understand what I'm saying? If that guy's going up the field vertically, I'm going to punch with the inside hand. I'm not going to commit my outside. Why? Why? Okay? Our thought is, we don't want to commit that outside hand because if I throw that outside hand, his shoulders go up the field, my outside foot will pitch a tent. My outside foot is going to pitch a stake in the ground. Okay? Or, we don't all have luxury of guys with length. Not a lot of guys have length. We're all looking for them, but we don't have guys that all have length. So I don't want to commit that hand where that guy can grab that shoulder. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait before I commit. Now that outside foot's got to move. That outside foot's got to move, okay? But that's what we believe. That's what we believe, okay? Now, hands up. Base, we want to be balanced. We want to be balanced, okay, with our base. We always want to kick slide. I hope I can get to it. I got a DVD here. Here's what we do. Man, if you ever come watch us play the game, if you ever watch pregame, the guys that don't play, we do this drill. We call it a Z drill. I'm going to do this now because I don't know if I'm going to get to it. But we call it a Z drill, kind of like exactly what Dante was saying in the sense of that two-step. But we're going to go with a kick, slide, okay, and we're going to put the outside foot in. And now we're going to come up. Now we're going to come up 3, and now we're going to work back 5. I'll give you a DVD here and show you in a second. But again, the key thing with the base is you want to be balanced. You want to be balanced. That's second step. There you go again. That second step wants to be balanced, okay? We're going to set on the alignment. Dante went through it. Don't need to touch it. You want to punch the inside number. Talked about it. Kick slide, you want to drag the toe. This is what we believe. This is what we believe, okay? If I'm the right tackle, when I set, I want to drag my inside toe. Go back. When I'm the right guard, when I set, I want to drag my inside toe. I want to drag my inside toe. It's the same, almost the same statement as cutting the grass, but this here has a little bit more emphasis for us. I'm just saying for us. Is that inside toe, when it stays on the ground, you're keeping that weight on the inside leg. So it helps us. It helps us, okay, in the sense of what we want. The next thing is very important on pass pro and finish. This is a key coaching point in pass pro and finish. We do 2 things. Number 1, truly believe if you watch our film, you'll see this. I truly believe you'll see this. I truly, truly believe. When the ball's thrown, is thrown, our guys cover. Our guys cover. In practice, they got to cover 10 yards. Man, if we're doing a walkthrough, they got to cover 10 yards, but it's a walkthrough. It is 10 yards. It is 10 yards, okay? And last year, just telling you the truth, last year they came up with this rule for the NFL. It's called pack practice, okay? And they don't want any collision, and that's okay. We're all doing the same thing, but you can only take 2-3 steps. We couldn't finish. I'm just telling you, being honest. We couldn't finish. That hurt me. That hurt me, because that's not us. That's not us. We want to cover. So when that ball's thrown, all the guys cover. If I got a young guy, be alert. The cover isn't, well, he's looking to run. No. He's pass blocking. Then he feels that defensive lineman separate. Now he's covering. Next coaching point, you put a limit whether you want 5 or 10 yards on the lineman. You do what you want to do, and again, it's part of conditioning. The other thing I want to share with you is this here, and truly believe it, okay? When they cover to the ball. They cover to the ball. They got to find the ball. And this way, if the ball is ever a turnover, you don't want turnovers, I understand it, but if you ever have a turnover, you're going to diminish the returns. And you coach, you teach those young guys, hey, the first guy makes the tackle, the second guy strips. Coach it. You'll get one. Every year? No, but it might be your third year. It might be a fourth year. But if you coach it, sometime you'll see it where the first guy will tackle and the next lineman will strip it from the defender. Because they're not used to carrying the ball to the defense. A couple guys are, but not many. So it's really a nice thing to coach, to push, okay? Let's go to the Crowther, okay? Okay, on the Crowther, okay, got a little Crowther progression here. It's right on that side on that DB. It just continues right after that. Okay, excuse me. Okay, now, I'm going to try to go quick, but I don't want to hurry. Okay, because some of you guys don't believe in this, but that's okay. I'm going to convince you. Okay, it's okay. Okay, the first thing you got cooking here. Okay, 6-step progression. Okay, now I know Bob. Okay, he's looking at that. He goes, Mike, it's a 7-step progression. I took one out. It was initially a 7-step progression. I took it to a 6. Okay, here we go. The first thing is a pendulum swing. How to dress the sled properly in a good hitting position. You're about 1 foot away. Now, men, this is honest truth now. These are some young guys now. This is just the other day. This is Tuesday, so I get it on film. This is Tuesday to get it on film. But it's a pendulum swing where they're learning to hit it with the back part of their hand. Just the back part of their hand. Good fitting position. Okay, toes pointed straight ahead, ankles flex, knees flex, hips flex, and again, just with the heels of the hands. Second step, forming the triangle. Here, okay, here what they're trying to do here is they're going to strike with the back part of the hand, and they're going to form a triangle. They're going to hit the back part of the hand, and they're going to form a triangle. Now, men, I'm telling you right now, I'm losing some of you. Because some of you are saying, we don't do that anymore. We use our hands. I'm telling you, okay, you look at our film, we come off the ball like combination blocks, we use a shoulder roll. We do. Why? If you want a guy to strike, your pads have got to be down. If you want a guy to strike, your pads have got to be down. Down. Okay? Went over through this last year with a couple guys, okay? Hey, but no. Here's what I want. Okay, what I want to do is I want you to come off the ball, pads down, and give me a hand, and then leave. Okay? Okay? That? Yeah, that. Okay? My chest is up. We'll get lower. Okay, there? I can't do it. You understand what I'm saying? I want to come off the ball. I'm here, and I'm striking them. I believe it. I truly believe it. If you got big people on defense, okay, your pads have got to be down. I believe it, okay? Now, do you have to believe it? No. Okay, now this guy here doesn't have a chance. Now, we're trying to show him this drill is set up in the sense that when you do form the triangle, you want to throw the offhand. The reason why you want to throw the offhand is that'll help bring, when you hit, that'll help bring your hips. You're getting the feel of when you come off the ball, you're rolling your hips. So you're throwing that offhand, but you're leading here. Tony Wise will tell you, hey, Mike, make sure you tell them the first thing that they'll do is they'll just come right from there. They'll start winding up. Don't let them wind up. They got to come from here. They got to come from their stance. You are developing initial explosive movement. Okay? But again, nice. Tighter. Nice. Okay? Let's go to the next step. Okay? Rolling the hips. Okay? You got to knock a guy off the ball. You ain't knocking anybody off the ball. Unless you roll your hips. Unless you got a beast. Unless you got a Nix. Unless you got a Mike Ayapati. Okay? But there's only one of those guys here and there. Not everybody has those guys. So you better be able to roll your hips. So you want to get in that same alignment in the sense of a foot away from that Crowther. and you want to have your toes curled, and you want to roll your hips. Throw the offhand so that you stay square, where you're rolling your hips, okay? Just look at the film. You're rolling your hips, okay? Some guys like to say, put your pecker on the pad. You understand. Get it deep, whatever you want. I don't, but, whatever you want, okay? Okay, but the thing is you want to roll your hips. You want to roll your hips. Now, when you fall, if you do it right, okay, you're going to roll on your lower abdomen. You're going to fall on your lower abdomen. Don't let them put their hand out, because that means they're not throwing that offhand. Okay, the next thing, okay, is you want to step. Okay, excuse me. Now, the next step is, now you're in your stance. Okay, now your stance, and you're rolling your hips. Your stance, you're rolling your hips. Out of your stance. Coming off the ball, rolling your hips. Throw your offhand more, Derek. Throw your offhand more. That'll help bring your hips. Throw your offhand more. Let's see if he does it, if he's listening. Better. Good, Derek. Okay, next man up. Okay, here we go. Coming out of your stance, roll your hips. Nice. Go back. That's a nice one there. Roll your hips. Please note his left hand. The hips. This guy's a tall guy now. This guy's 6'7". Nice job. Just learning. Just letting it roll so you can see it. Roll your hips. That's why this is a great machine. The Crowther sled is a great machine. Is a great tool. Okay? Be careful, you don't have enough time. Throw it in your weight room. Teach your strength coach how to hit it properly so he can implement it. Whatever you got to do. I got an hour rule. Implement it. You can figure a way. Okay, now you got one step. You're going to roll the hips. Okay, here we go. Left foot, right shoulder. Left foot, right shoulder. Left foot, right shoulder. Left foot, right shoulder. Right shoulder, nice. Okay. Good.
Coach, you gaining ground with that first step?
Yes. You always like to step forward, yes. Always step forward. Okay, one step. Roll your hips, drive your feet. One step. Okay, let's bring some guys with a little bit more experience. Okay. This is Alex Boone here. There was a coach here, said he coached Alex. This guy's 6'7". But again, please take note, okay? The step, the rolling of the hips, the off arm, elbow in tight, you're pumping the off arm. That's a key coaching point. Pump the off arm, elbow in. Mike's got to do a better job. Again, that guy's 6'7". So pump the off arm, elbow in tight. Good. Quick feet. Fractional time. On the explosion, nice. Go back. Whoa. Go back. Okay, please take note. You're working on fractional time, the strike and the accelerating of the feet. Good job. The running of the feet. How much weight do you put on? What's the condition? If the grass is wet, less weight. If you're on a turf, you'd want to put a little bit more weight. Arm roll, second level. Now you want to come off on a combination block. I got another drill I want to show you that I think you're going to like. Again, right now we can't have any shield holders in these football coaching. But again, right now we're simulating. Okay, now second level block, come on off, Joe. Okay, double under. There's a double under technique that he's implementing. Okay, now go against the shield. Now you got to go to last year. Coming off the second level, good fit. Hands inside, good fit. That was not a double under. Okay, we didn't coach the double under last year on the second level. We got to it. We just taught the hands inside. Just like this. Hands inside, coming off the line of scrimmage, the strike, second level, elbows inside, second level strike. I missed it, but it was left foot, right shoulder, then it's inside foot. Outside foot, tight zone. Inside foot, power game. You're doing the power game. But man, I truly believe this. in the sense of pads down, striking with your shoulders, coming off the ball, hit him in the mouth mentality. You got to play the game physical. Okay? You run the game. I truly believe this. I truly believe this statement. You run the game, you run the ball to win the game. Listen to this statement. You run the ball to win the game, but you got to pass to win the championship. That's a true statement. You got to be able to run the ball to win the game. But a championship game, you're going to face a pretty salty defense. You got to be able to pass it then. To get to the Super Bowl, that championship game, you got to be able to pass the ball. It's a fact. To win the Super Bowl, you got to be able to pass the ball. Because at that level, that defense is pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. Okay? Now, this is going to Pete right here, okay? This is something that was implemented, okay? This is something that, I want to stop it right here. Go back. Sorry, man. Apologize. Okay, stop. Okay, want to do this one. Okay, Crowther sled. Okay, we did it, right? Arm roll, progression. We added in the sense of striking, second level. Okay, tight zone, we go outside footwork, inside shoulder, come off, second level. Power, I want to go inside foot, inside shoulder, strike it, then come off like I'm doing a double team. Okay, now this one here, truly believe it. Now this, stay with me. This is not the double under, but you're getting the same thing. Y'all hear that? This is not the double under, but you're getting the same thing. Here's what we're doing on the sled. We're coming off, okay, tight hands, and we're shooting our hands with the thumbs up. Thumbs up. We're going to hit the Crowther. We're going to roll our hips, then roll our feet. We don't want a lot of weight on the Crowther because they want a feel of rolling their hips and getting their feet in the ground. Please take note. Please take note. Hand placement. Rolling the hips. Feet. All the cleats in the ground. You look at it. You tell me if you see it. You look at it. You tell me if you see it. You look at it. Tight hands. All the cleats in the ground. Just gotta let it go. Just let it go. All the cleats in the ground. You don't want a lot of weight on. Now, Pete's got a sandbag on, so most likely here, it's a second practice. Most likely here, the grass is dry, so it's going to move. But again, go back. I'm going to let it go, because there's just example after example. Notice the tight hands. Notice the tight hands. Notice the tight hands. Shooting the hands, rolling the hips, moving the feet. Please take note. Please take note.
How much load with the hands? Give you flare or anything out there?
You're using it as the Crowther. It's got a helmet on it. The Crowther's got a helmet on it. You're shooting your hands underneath. And there's another Crowther sled that has got there's another Crowther sled now. It's okay. It's okay. It's got a little bit of a, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of a loop, okay, on the outside. Then we're striking, grabbing the inside of that. We're underneath it. But again, it's the tight hands. Now, men, I got a tape on a double under, but I don't want to be redundant. But again, let me say again, let me go back. I like the double under. It has a place. But I will not sacrifice the strike. Are you all with me? I will not sacrifice the strike. We're starting there. We're starting there. Okay, go to the individual drill, San Francisco 49ers. You guys are all in the football field. Here's what you'd see. You'd see Pete. You'd see Pete right now. You'd see Tim Drevno, okay, the second line coach. You'd see him on the Crowther, okay, with the hands, on the hands. The other Crowther, right there. You'd see Mike Solari. I'm going the arm roll. I'm going the arm roll. You'd see the other coach right over here. Okay, you'd see Greg Roman, okay, you'd see Ray Brown, okay, another coach that now is working the double under. That's now working the double under. You know what I'm saying? We're going to teach it. We're going to teach tools because there's one game. We're going to play Seattle. We have to play them twice. There's a three technique up there. His name is Mebane. He's outstanding. He's outstanding. He's short, and on the snap of the ball, his hands are right here, literally right here. Okay, there we need the double under. We got to get underneath him. So you understand what I'm saying? So there's a place for it. But the point I'm trying to make, for us, I'm just saying for us, we're going to go to power next. For us. For us, okay, we are not going to sacrifice the strike. Okay, men, I'd like to go over this simple play, okay? We're going to go over a power. We're going to go 60, 70 power, again. It is a staple. It is a staple, okay? Here's what we want to do. Here we go, men. Number one, we want to identify the front. Everybody has to understand we're blocking inside gaps. This is our gap scheme. This is our gap scheme. Understand, you're going to people on paper, but nobody comes inside your gap. Nobody comes inside your gap. We're going to maximize the numbers. We're going to maximize the numbers in the sense of that double team. What do you mean by that statement? Say, for example, how I went back. We're not going through it all. 49er run game, okay? We're going to get an edge. We're going to get an edge. How are you going to do it? Maybe you go zebra, 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. We're going to get an edge. Okay, now we're reducing. Tight end's on a single, but this team plays a wide 9. We're going to run, okay, the power in that formation. That formation, okay? 2 tight ends, 2 backs. You can get a head-up technique. We're going to run power, that formation. We're going to run power, we're going to get that edge, okay? No, you're not getting it. We'll go big wing, tight end, okay? Got a wing, another wing, big wing. We'll put 6 linemen. We'll put 7. We don't care. We're going to get an edge. We're going to get an edge. That's from your study. You do it your way. We're going to get an edge. We're going to get an edge, okay? But you want to maximize the numbers. That's the comment there when you look at it. What? Okay, if someone shows on your track, you hit them. You block them. We're not going to complicate this play. This is a physical, hit him in the mouth play. We're not going to complicate this play. We're coming off the ball. We're coming off the ball. We want leverage. We want leverage. When that ball snaps, we want explosive movement. And we got to accelerate our feet. We got to accelerate our feet. We must grab grass. How Pat was talking about that postman. That postman, you got to grab grass with your inside foot. You got to grab grass with your inside foot. When you double team, this is a thought. When you double team that inside foot, I'm the right guard. I'm the right guard working with my right tackle. If that inside foot, and I'm in my stance, if that inside foot goes back, this outside, I can't roll my hips. That's why, therefore, the first step is got to grab grass. It's short, man. So it's just like a repost. It's like a repost. But you're in position to what? Roll your hips. You got to roll your hips. You got to roll your hips on power. We got to knock their ass off the ball. We got to knock them off the ball. Okay? You got to gain ground. You got to low to high. It's a pure ass attitude. It's a pure ass attitude. You got to believe it. Some guys don't believe it. It's okay. It's okay. This is an attitude play for the 49ers. We're going to line up, we're going to run power right. Then we're going to fool you. We're going to flip and run power left. We're going to come off the ball. We're going to come off the ball. It gives us a chance to come off the ball, okay? It is a nasty, explosive, violent, simple play. It is gap scheme. It is gap scheme. It is easy, okay? Take a simple play, coach it simple. Running back. Your shoulders are square. Your shoulders are, I mean, we got a running back, not a lot of people know about. You do. Frank Gore. Frank Gore is one of the best power runners I've ever seen. There's only one guy I've been associated with that maybe runs it as well, and his name is Marcus Allen. But I'm telling you what, Frank Gore runs the power as good as any backs I've seen. And the only reason I don't think people, the NFL people know it, but a lot of people don't know it, is because San Francisco has not won enough games these last 6 years, other than last year, where we got prime time, where everybody saw Frank Gore. I mean, he's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, a great power runner. Quarterback, give him room. Quarterback, give him room. No penetration. Trapper, you're inside out. Rapper, you're striking a match off that double team and coming up nice and tight in your square. Key coaching point. Key coaching point. Rapper. It doesn't matter, man, if it's the guard or the F. You want the inside number of the linebacker. Write that down. I promise you, you can use that. You want to strike the inside number of the linebacker on a double team. Off the double team, that rapper, you want the inside number when you come off that double team. Running back, you're reading A, B, C, D gap. We're taking it inside. You'll see the film. We're taking it inside. We are running off the deuce. We are running off the deuce. You'll see it. You'll see it. Wide receiver, you block the force. Wide receiver, you block the force, okay? Here's our gap principles. Number 1, no penetration. Number 2, no penetration. Number 3, no penetration. No penetration on a gap play. There is no penetration. Never get caught backside. Backside tackle, be alert. You have to take 2. You might have to teach it. You might have to teach it. Again, it's a kick-out block is always inside out. Always inside out. Running back, you're reading the alphabet. A, B, C, D gap. Again, men, you put it away any way you want it. You put it together any way you want. Another gap play, it's an attitude play, it's a leverage play, you want to run your feet. Strong side, either a power, what's that mean? You guys all know what power is. Okay, fullback.